Rugby Australia chairman Hamish McLennan has confirmed the 15-man game can afford to welcome Joseph Suaalii right away if he was released early by the Roosters. McLennan has also got in his sights Angus Crichton and even expressed interest in luring Roosters coach Trent Robinson to rugby union.
The Suaalii sideshow is fast becoming the main event. Less than 24 hours after Nine News revealed the Roosters discussed a possible early exit for Suaalii, the boss of Rugby has taken the Roosters' raid to another level, making a public play for another Rooster and leaving the door open for their coach to make a possible switch. In a statement to Nine News, Rugby Australia chairman Hamish McLennan said, "Without being prejudicial to Joey's negotiations, we can easily afford Joey and Angus Crichton as well. Crichton played rugby as a schoolboy, but he's largely been ignored in recent code switching discussions. He'd be an instant star." McLennan also said he felt for Roosters coach Trent Robinson, who's a known rugby admirer, and threw him a get-out-of-league card. He said, "I rate Trent, but I wonder how he can coach in an environment like that when there is such a ruthless attitude towards young players. Trent would do well as a rugby coach." Rugby's hottest young player, Max Jorgensen, is the person who'll be most impacted by the Suaalii switch, but he'd welcome Joseph now.
It'd be very good for the club, very good for rugby, so I'd happily have him over.
McLennan has seized on League's cutthroat approach. This is how League treat their players. Joseph was the hottest star in League a month ago. Now they don't want him. If you're an aspiring cross-code star, remember, this is the treatment you could get. I told League not to be punitive, and that's exactly what they've done.
People forget, whilst they're professional footballers, Joey's a young man too. And as much as they say they don't read social media or what's going on, they're all aware of it.
Danny Weidler, 9 News.
In breaking news, the Dragons have had informal discussions with Roosters assistant coach Jason Riles to determine his level of interest in the top job. Riles is also a key contender for the Storm head coaching role, which may become vacant if Craig Bellamy steps back from the job that he's held for more than 20 years. Riles is yet to get clearance from the Roosters to break the final year of his 3-season contract. Rabbitohs hooker Damien Cook has 2 weeks to prove he deserves his starting spot back for State of Origin. This week is the perfect audition for Cook up against Api Koroisau, the man who took the Blues number 9 jersey from him last year.
The Rabbitohs are flying, and so is Damien Cook. The hooker tipped to win back his Origin jersey, but was in no mood to talk about it.
How desperate are you to be Blues hooker?
Yeah, so Tigers game this Saturday. So that's all.
And happy?
Yeah, always look forward against playing against the good hookers of the game, and he's definitely up there.
Room for both of you?
Was last year. So no, look, I've always learnt that just keep doing your job at club level and doing what your team needs to here. And if you're playing good footy, you'll get reselected.
This vision will have Rabbitohs fans worried. Jai Arrow getting his troublesome hamstring checked, but he insists it's nothing serious.
It's pulled up pretty good over the past couple of weeks of playing, and I'm just happy I can pull together a few games together and consistently play week in and week out. So that's the most pleasing thing for myself, and no more hammy problems.
Jai just carries on a little bit with injuries. Anything that happens, he thinks he needs to go for a scan. He's actually had 2 scans here where nothing's shown up as well, so he's a phantom scan. Next time he gets it, he'll have to pay for it himself.
The Eels are sitting 13th after 10 rounds. Today, they slammed critics who believe they can't make the finals.
That stuff obviously just makes us want to play harder, so I reckon that's a pretty silly remark, but I'm fully confident in us making the 8.
And the Bulldogs have named Josh Addo-Carr to return from an ankle injury, a remarkable comeback well ahead of schedule. Emma Lawrence, 9 News.